Hello to all of our Midwest NCSY alumni. Welcome back from Eretz Yisrael, and from those of you who were with us the entire year and stayed back, I'd like to thank Rabbi Taco for giving me this opportunity to share some, hopefully, words of inspiration, some chizuk, and help keep us going now that it's Ben Hazmanim, and also with the craziness that we're currently dealing with. So, I wanted to take the cue of one of the speakers previously who referenced the Megillah, and there are two ideas I really want to share. One's from the Megillah, and one will be from davening. So in the Megillah, the pasuk says the following in Perek Beis, Psukim Yud and Yud Aleph: Lo igida Esther es amav es moladeta. Esther did not tell anyone who her nation was or where her birthplace was. Ki Mordechai tziva aleha asher lo sagid, because Mordechai had commanded her not to tell anybody. Uvechol yom vayom, and every single day, Mordechai mishalech lefnei chatzar beis anashim. Mordechai would go by the courtyard of the house of the women, ladas shlom Esther uma ye'aseh ba, to know whether Esther was at peace and what would be done with her. Rashi says on the first pasuk, asher lo tagid, because Mordechai had told her not to tell. Why? The reason that Mordechai didn't want Esther to tell who she was and what her family was, she actually had royal lineage from Shaul HaMelech, was because they said, why is this woman not telling us who she is? You know why? Because she comes from this low-life family. Who needs her? Send her out. So that was Mordechai's plan, that hopefully Esther would be sent out from the palace. The next Rashi, though, says, Uma ye'aseh ba, in the next pasuk, what would be done with her? Ze echad mishnei tzadikim. This is one of two tzadikim. Mordechai was one of two tzadikim. Sheniten lahem remez Yeshua, that a hint for the salvation was given to them. David and Mordechai v'chulu. So David had a specific story that he was given a hint. He knew that something was going to be happening. Mordechai also. V'chein Mordechai Amar. Mordechai said, Lo ir la tzadekes zu shetilakach lemishkav orel. This tzadekes, this righteous woman, it's not proper that she should be taken to be with this uncircumcised man, Achashverosh. Ela she'asid lakum lahoshia Yisrael. It must be that the reason that she was put in such a precarious situation was because it must be that she was going to stand up. She was going to be the one to save the Klal Yisrael of the Jewish people. So he would go back to see what would be with her in the end. Mordechai knew, because Esther, why would this tzaddikus, this righteous woman, have to be taken to this Russia, this wicked, uncircumcised Achashverosh? It must be that she was there to save Klal Yisrael. My Rabbi Zichron L'Racha of Hanoch Leibowitz asked a question. He said, these two Rashis seems to contradict each other. On the one hand, Mordechai was trying to come up with a plan to help Esther get out of that situation. On the other hand, Rashi tells us that Mordechai was one of two tzaddikim who got a hint that he knew what was going to happen. So he knew that Esther had to be there for a reason. So why is he trying to get her out then? Which Rashi is telling us the right pshat? Was he trying to get her out, or did he know that she had to be there? So answered my Rabbi that Rashi is telling us something very, very profound. A tremendous lesson. Mordechai was working very hard to get Esther out of the Beis Achashverosh because he knew that was the halacha. If a tzaddikes, if a righteous Jewish woman is taken and put into this kind of situation, we have to do everything within our means to get her out. That's my job. That's the halacha. That's the Jewish law. Is you have to do what is incumbent upon you to get her out of that situation. And Mordechai worked his hardest. He came up with a plan so that hopefully they would throw Esther out. At the same time, Mordechai knew that Esther was there. Hashem is obviously running the world. And Hashem wants Esther there for a reason. And my Rebbe said that it's possible, and not only is it possible, it is incumbent on us to understand that even if we know that a certain situation, a certain outcome is expected, and that's what Hashem wants, if the halacha tells us to do something different, Hashem runs the world. If Hashem wants Esther to be there, She's going to be there. But that doesn't tell Mordechai, therefore, that he shouldn't work to get her out. Because the halach is, if a Jewish woman is in that situation, you get her out of there. You work your hardest to get her out. And what we learn from here is that we have to understand we don't run the world. Hashem runs the world. He has a program, he has a plan, he does things the way he wants it, and our job is still crystal clear. When we're put in a situation, we have to know what is the right thing to do. So my first message that I thought would be relevant is that, listen, we want to do our best. We want to have the opportunity to learn Torah in yeshiva, in seminary. Sometimes we had the opportunity. It could be that we didn't even have that opportunity. We tried. The bottom line is Hashem runs the world. So whatever situation I'm in now, right now, that's the situation that Hashem wants me to grow the most in. And I have to do at the same time. It doesn't say I throw my hands up and I say I can't learn, I can't do it, I'm not in yeshiva, I'm not in the seminary, I don't have the teachers that inspire me. No. You have to take the opportunity to be the best version of yourself, to work as hard as you can, and the situation that you're in, that's what Hashem wants. So Hashem is going to use the situation in the way He wants, and you have to do yours. And Mordechai was able to do both of those at the very same time. So I wanted to maybe also give over an idea of the chashivus of Torah and what the chashivus of Torah is, and that maybe to give us a little more chizuk. Even we're in a compromised situation. We can't be learning in the same schedule as we were, or that we would like to be in. The Alter of Slobodka presents the following. He says, we talk about Limud Torah and the chashivus, the importance, the greatness of Limud Torah and what it accomplishes. And we know it's obviously it's a tremendous thing. But what kind of Torah are we talking about when we say someone needs to learn Torah every day? And what kind of Torah are we talking about when we say that Torah can accomplish something? So the Alter of Slobodka, Rav Nosson Tzvi Finkel. So we went through this in the Masorah in one of our sessions in Camp Shai. I was last year or 2 years ago, where maybe it was before that. It was so for me personally, my Rabbi was Rav Henoch Leibowitz, his Rabbi was Rav David Leibowitz, and his Rabbi was the Alter of Slobodka. The Alter of Slobodka was the Rabbi of many of the great Gedolim of the last generation, Rav Yaakov Kamnetsky, Rav Yitzchak Ruderman, Rav Hutner, among other, Aaron Cutler. All these were Talmidim of the Alter. So he brings down the Gemara. The Gemara says in Sota, Alma amai komekayim. How does the world survive? As long as we get further and further away from the Churban Bayis, it's more and more difficult for the world to stay alive, because as we get further removed, we're missing the Zechus of the Beis HaMikdash, and there are destructive forces at play that want to totally destroy the world. So what is keeping the world alive at this time? So the Gemara answers, a kedusha de sidra, the kedusha that we say in Uva L'Tzion, va'ata kadosh yoshev tilos Yisrael v'krazel zeva amar, kadosh 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 Hashem tzvakos melech haaretz kvodo, and baruch kvod Hashem imkomo, and Hashem yimloch l'olam va'ed. That is the kedusha de sidra, which we say in the Hebrew and then we translate into Aramaic. That's what's keeping the world alive. And Rashi explains seder kedusha. That seder of kedusha. Shalot tiknuha. Why did they put that into the davening? Elishu kol Yisrael oskim batorah b'chol yom davar muat. They put that into the davening so that everyone in Klal Yisrael, because everyone's davening, is going to be saying, they're going to be working in Torah a little bit. She'omer kriyaso, because they say the from the Navi, the kadosh kadosh kadosh, v'targumo, and also its Aramaic translation, the hein koskim batorah. That is learning Torah. The Alter says it's mind blowing, because tefillah itself has tremendous value. We know that Kadosh Baruch Hu, comes into a Beis HaKnesses and 10 people are learning, the 10 people are davening. The Shechina is with them. But the Hashem also says, Oiv Hashem Sharei Tzion Mikol Mishkanos Yaakov. Hashem likes the gates of Tzion more than all the dwelling places of Yaakov. What does that mean? Oiv Hashem Sha'arim HaMetzuyonim B'Halacha. Hashem loves the gates where there is excellence in learning halacha and Torah more than the batei knesios and batei midrashos. And that's why they made Kedusha de Sidra at the end of davening, so that we could say a pasuk and a half, and it's and from the Divrei Nevi'im and the translations, that's Limud Torah. And that is, we're going to have that great level of being able to mamish save the world. Alma Makayim, a Kedusha de Sidra. And that's why we also say in V'Alatzion, Baruch Hu Elokeinu shebaranu l'chavodo. Blessed is Hashem, our God, that created us for His honor. V'nasan lanu Torah emes. He gave us His true Torah, and then we can daven afterwards. We say in Kaddish, Tiskabel Tzilosahon V'Uson L'Chol Beis Yisrael. You should accept the davening and the cries of all of Klal Yisrael, because in this zichus of that little limud Torah, Hashem will be makabel our tefillos. So, and it's that pasuk and a half that every child should know. It's simple meaning. That is Mekayim the entire world, because that is Limud Torah. So, at a time now, especially, we can't go into our shuls. We can't daven with a minyan. We should always recognize your bnei yeshiva, your benos seminaries, your bnei and benos Torah, and you are people who have a fealty to Torah. You appreciate. It's one of the most beautiful things about NCSY Midwest is everything that Rabbi Dani and Shosh that they lead through the eyes and the leadership of what does the Torah say, what's the right thing now. So you are the representatives to bring that message and to live that message. You learned, you toiled, you worked hard in order to learn in whatever situation you were in. In this situation, we're more compromised. We can't do it as much. But that one pasuk and a half, if you can't learn full Sedarim now, and you probably shouldn't be learning full Sedarim now, you probably should be helping your parents now. The 10 minutes that you learn, that little bit of Limud Torah has the power to save the world. So we should understand, we have to know what our job is. Doesn't matter what's going on around us. The halacha tells us what we're supposed to do. The Torah is the framework. It gives us a clear guide, and it's so liberating. I don't have to make decisions. I just need to know what the right thing to do is. And sometimes it's hard to know. So you speak to a Torah personality, and that little bit of Torah that we learn, that you learn, that you're holding the world up. So it's an honor for me to be able to have these few minutes with you, even virtually. If anyone has any questions, please reach out to me. My email is staumy@ncsy.org, STAUMY, or staumy@ncsy.org. And I look forward to hearing from you all. All the best. Now the awkward pause till I get this off.